Bismillah. Salam rahmatullahi barakatuh. What's going on? I'm with my brother Sulaiman Jenkins. Most of y'all who follow me on my social media pages, Facebook, Instagram, they noticed recently I've been posting a lot of excerpts from my book, Life is Raw. This is the writer, mashallah, good brother, good friend of mine, who actually took, I believe, 4 months to write this book. And sleepless nights, the brother put a lot of hard work in. So we're going to speak to him about the Life is Raw. Welcome, bro. You're one of the first ones on my podcast show, bro.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah. Alaikum salam. What's going on, big bro? Everything good?
How's everything?
All right. Everything good, man. Alhamdulillah, everything's all right.
Man. So we want to get a people background where you come from. You know what I mean? Give us a little background of your upbringing, where you come, the city you come from. And
Cool. Yeah, alhamdulillah. MashaAllah, I was born in Brooklyn, BK, best I do or die.
Right.
And yeah, I was fortunate to go to some pretty prestigious schools in America. Yeah, basically, you grew up in the hood, but you were able to go to prestigious schools and learn, academic tools where you can, merge both worlds. So that's where we're coming from. And now I'm here in Saudi teaching English as a professor.
Dope, bro. How many years you been in Saudi?
Been here since 2004, man. So 16 years.
16 years. Most people don't know. Well, most might already know that we both in Saudi Arabia, but he's in a different city. He's in Dammam, Khobar,
exactly.
Which is about, 4 or 5 hour drive from Riyadh.
4 hour drive. Yep. Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about Life is Raw, because I believe you even came up with the title.
Yeah, basically, I mean, we've been boys for a minute, you know what I'm saying? I know you think since 2008, mashallah. But I never knew the story, the whole story. And once you told me, I mean, that was the first thing that came to my mind. It's like, man, that joint is raw, bro. And
For sure, man.
Real, you know
so
what I mean?
For most who don't know, man, like I said, I've been knowing Sulaiman for some years, and he hit me up one day. He was like, "Look, I think he read somebody that left a comment on my IG page saying, man, you should write a book." So Sulaiman hit me up like, "Man, whenever you're ready to do this book, man, just let me know. I'm a writer." And I thought he was most people. Many people hit me up saying they're a writer. I said, okay, so we'll see it. Let's try to put something together. And I decided, because he's a good friend of mine, I know he's, mashallah, educated. He's a professor at one of the universities here in Dammam. I said, you know what? Let me get a sample. When I seen what he sent me over, I was like, yeah, we got to make this happen. Because the way he wrote the book, the way you wrote the book, mashallah, man, you took it on a level where anybody, your academic level was so like, it was so like simple, but at the same time, it took people on a level where it doesn't matter if they street dudes, teachers, professors, imams, preachers, everyone will be able to read this book and relate to it. So that's not easy. You know what I mean? That's not easy to do, man, to be able to have writing skills when anybody that read it, no matter what their background, their race, gender, they're gonna be able to relate to it, man. So what made you, how you do it like that? Tell me.
I mean, mashallah, like I said, mashallah, I've been, fortunate to go to certain schools and they equip you with the academic tools to really, achieve at a high level. I've been fortunate to publish a few articles before this book, in Oxford University Press. And their acceptance rate is really, really low, which means that they really only accept the best. You know what I mean? So I've had training that way, but I'm hood. You know what I mean? I keep it real. You know what I mean?
Because you know both worlds. You know what I mean?
Exactly. So when I saw the comment and someone was like, why don't we have? It was actually after your documentary came out, and that was very informative. It was well done. And someone said, why don't we just waiting for your book? And I said, that's my boy. You know what I mean? Inshallah, I have some writing skills. So why don't we put it together? But I remember I approached you. I said, look, it's not just going to be a story about your life. You know what I mean? It's going to be something that incorporates, many different things so that because your life is so intriguing. You know what I mean? And it touches on so many different things, that it's more than your life. Your life is more. It encompasses many things. So I told you, can I do a little bit more than just talk about, everything that happened to you? Can I put it in context, historical context, cultural context? You know what I mean? There's mental health issues, you know what I mean, that we address. You know what I'm saying? So why, if it's possible to blend all of that in one place, and your book becomes a one-stop shop for anybody to get any type of inspiration, whether it's spiritual, whether it's cultural knowledge, whether it's mental health guidance, is it spiritual guidance, religious guidance, whatever it is, it's going to be one-stop shop where anybody who reads it, any human being who reads it can be related to it. Exactly. So
and hands down, bro, it was for me. It was like therapy. You know what I mean? I felt like it was a chance that I was able to get everything off my chest at once. Was able to touch upon everything. So, like I said, man, it exceeded my expectations. When I started reading, I was like, yeah, we on to something, bro. Give us a background also with you, man, because you wasn't always practicing Islam. So what led you back to start practicing religion? I know you was born Muslim, correct?
Yeah, I was born Muslim, alhamdulillah. My mom's, she was, and I got my own book coming out, so maybe a year or two, inshallah.
So we need a sample, bro.
Yeah, inshallah. But yeah, I was born Muslim, but my mom, she kind of got weak in the deen when I was younger, so she kind of left it off. So I led a regular American life, in the hood. I had homies, and they all, they all was bumping, Pac, and we all, riding with Biggie and Jay-Z and stuff like that, So, and we grew up basically at the same time, So I had a whole bunch of homies, Puerto Rican dudes, crazy guys, And they had, they the ones that put me on to the Outlaws, they had the tattoos and everything, Yeah, that's right. So we was always riding with Pac and Outlaws from back in the days, but I was always, on the educational path, So,
shout out to your moms, man. I rewarded for that, man.
Mashallah,
that's probably what really saved you from getting in trouble. That she,
for sure,
she made sure that you stick with your education and she didn't budge on it. You know what I mean?
Exactly, man. Exactly.
Sure.
And I was actually on the path to, I was working on Wall Street. At a young age, like 18, 19, and I had a job lined up and everything, man. You're talking about maybe $100,000 right out of college.
Wow.
And I was like, man, I can't do it, man. The lifestyle is not cool.
But what made you? Because most people they're gonna look at it like, man, I'm working for Wall Street, $100,000 salary a year.
Yeah.
How old were you again?
I was 18.
18, bro. I don't know too many 18-year-olds can just walk away from something like that. What made you really say, you know what, I don't want to? What made you reject the offer?
Well, this is the thing is that basically I was wilding out, just living an American lifestyle, It's just crazy, And then, and the lifestyle on Wall Street is you got to work 60, 70 hours a week, Mm-hmm. So I'm not chilling with my homies. I'm not playing ball. I'm not, So I'm like, basically I felt like I was soulless. Yeah, it's too much. It was soulless. I couldn't even enjoy my money. Mm-hmm. And I had built my whole life up to get to that point. And then you get to the point, you get to the mountaintop, you're like, what is this? So I was like, nah, this is, if I don't change my lifestyle and I just keep, wilding out like this, I'm not gonna, it's not gonna be a good place. So I ended up one summer just be like, look, I gotta go back to the religion, man. And that's what happened. I went back and never came back.
And soon after you moved to Saudi Arabia, correct?
And it was like 2 years after. I got my master's degree at NYU. And came straight.
20 years old, mashallah.
20 years old. Yep.
Right.
Yeah, man. So alhamdulillah, man. It is what it is.
And how was your stay in Saudi, man?
Mashallah, man.
How many years?
I've been here 16 years. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Something right going on. You know what I mean? For being here that long. As an American, it's just it's basically like being in America but in the desert. Everything you need from America is here. You know what I'm saying?
That's what most people don't realize. They think because we out in Saudi Arabia that, you know what I mean? First of all, a lot of people back home, unfortunately in the USA, it's a high amount of people that don't even have a passport. They don't even travel.
Right. They don't
really know. Yep. Even though it's 2020, people still thinking that people still riding camels and living in mud homes.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
But now they got that tourism visa open so people can come see for themselves,
Exactly. I mean, the main draw for me too here was, Mecca, Medina as a Muslim,
Mecca, Medina, of course.
But there's a huge demand for English language teaching, so it only made sense to come out here. And it's cool, man. It's cool. You can eat, well and live, and it's peaceful. Security, it's ridiculous.
Coming from the east, you coming from Brooklyn, I'm coming from New Jersey and Los Angeles, man. And to come to a place where you don't even have to worry about if your front door's unlocked. You know what I mean? That somebody it's safe. I mean, when I first came out here, I was shocked. The front door, my front door for like 1 year was broke. I didn't even know it until one day we used to have a maid, and the maid said something about the door being broken. I realized,
That's
man,
crazy.
subhanAllah, look how safe he is. For 1 year, we slept with the front door
That's crazy,
unlocked.
yeah, man. Ain't
Alhamdulillah.
never
America,
happening.
that ain't
Never
happening.
happening. Ain't never
Boy,
happening.
you gonna be with your gun until they come
For
change that lock.
sure,
You
for
ain't sleeping.
sure, for sure, for sure, for sure, for
For
sure,
sure,
man, for
bro.
sure.
So touch
Yeah.
upon, you know what I mean? What do you want the readers to take away from the book when they read the book? What is the, you know what I mean? When you read
I mean,
the book, what was your goal, your you know, the goal that you want to accomplish?
yeah, I mean, the main thing is that, you know, obviously that they know about your life, you know what I mean? They know, you know, as I write towards the end, you know, mashallah, you got a smile, akhi, that, yeah, I don't think from the time we went to the masjid, I don't think that smile has left, you know what I mean, the first time, you
Facts.
know, and
Yeah.
they've seen, you know, videos of you, you know, before that, and it's just, you know, it's important for people to see this transition and transformation of somebody's life, you know, somebody that, you know, overcame immeasurable odds, you know what I mean, to become, you know, it's not how you start, it's how you finish, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, a lot of people going through it, you know, every day, you know what I mean? They need, you know, hope and inspiration, you know, inshallah, the book will serve as that from that aspect. But then also, I mean, there's a lot of important factual things that happen in the, you know, the East Coast, West Coast beef, you know, history. There's a lot of things that happen to Pac people don't know about, you know, in terms of his prison situation, and how he's done wrong by the legal system. So, you know, there's a lot of hopefully benefit to gain from the book, you know, spiritually, culturally, historically. But then the main thing, obviously, is that you're the protagonist of the book, and they hope, you know, hopefully they get an insight into you as a, you know, as a person, and who Mutah Beale is, you know, how he came to be the man he is.
For sure, man. So, man, like I said, I read the book and I had to read it from a standpoint of view as if I'm not as an outsider. You know what I mean?
Right,
So I won't
right,
be
right, right.
biased. So when I read the book,
Right.
man, it exceeded my expectations. I think anybody
Sure, man.
and everybody, no matter their walks of lives, their paths, their race, their religion, gender, I think everybody would be able to relate to it, whether they know about the music industry or they know about the
Right.
street life or not. I think
That's right.
everybody would be able to get a clear picture from
That's
this,
right.
man.
That's right. And that's the
So,
hope, man. And that's the thing
sure.
too, is if people don't know, as Big said, if you don't know, now you know. You know
Now
what I
you
mean?
know.
So hopefully, if you know
He's
nothing
from
about
Brooklyn,
Pac,
man. You know what I mean?
that's
He's from
right.
Brooklyn, and it's all love. Now he's my
It's all
brother.
love for sure.
We're
That's right,
brothers.
man. That's what's up. That's what's up, man. If you don't know any, you know, anything about this, hopefully the person will learn about the whole situation. You know what I mean? They'll become
Facts.
experts on the whole, you know what I mean, the whole situation. So, you know,
Facts.
we hope the best, man. Hopefully everything will
For
be, you
sure,
know.
bro. All right, man. Thanks for your time,
All
bro.
right.
We're gonna have to
That's
do a
what's up,
part two,
man.
inshallah.
Yeah, for sure. Ain't no thing, man.
All right,
All
bro.
love, bro.
So
All right, okay.
appreciate you once again, man.
Yeah,
Thanks for taking
same
your
here, man.
time, and we speak soon, man.
All right,
Follow
that's
you.
what's up,
What's your
man.
IG? Tell everybody your IG, man.
IG is at Sulaiman Jenkins, Sulaiman Jenkins.
All right. All
All
right.
right,
Peace.
that's what's up, man. That's what's up. Assalamu alaikum.
Let me stop. Hold on.